it was like shocking to me because he was straight up. He's like, we usually don't recruit from JUCOs. And then I would go on trials. I went on trials with Chivas a few times. I went with the U19s. We scrimmaged the 23s. I had a gold eye game. They wanted me to play, but there was like contract problems because they only take Mexican players.
There's like more factors to it than what people think. Like people just think that like you didn't go there because they didn't really actually want you, or that's not real, like you didn't actually have that opportunity or whatever. After high school, you went JUCO. Why JUCO? Why not straight to a 4-year?
Honestly, I didn't know the process of getting into a university or like a 4-year. I had like basically no help.
You have the quality, you have the ability to play here. It's just you don't know how to get there. What was your like experience in JUCO?
I did get MVP that year.
What did you get? You got like how many goals?
28.
And how many games?
I think it was like 21.
Like you obviously did something right in order for a coach who doesn't recruit from JUCO, for him to now recruit from JUCO, you know?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. It's just me today. My brother isn't here. He's feeling sick. So doing no co-host, but I got a guest here with me. We got Misa, or Misael.
Misa, yeah.
Misa. You want to give like the audience a little intro, just a little quick one.
Well, I'm Misa. I'm from Fullerton, California. Hispanic background. I'm currently at UCI.
Did you say your age? How old are you?
I'm 19.
19.
19.
All right, nice. Okay, so Misa, I like, we are just, like this interview, I'm gonna get to know you.
Yeah.
Because like of course you're new to UCI and I just got done with UCI. But I've heard a lot of good stuff about you. You previously playing JUCO. I think the biggest thing that I want to get out of like today is like you, or out of this podcast, is like you really speaking to like the players having to take that JUCO route. And I think we'll get more into your story as to like why that was your route, and how you went from JUCO to playing D1.
Yeah.
But we'll go from there. But I think I want to start with like the very beginning. Like, where were you born, raised?
I was born in Anaheim, but raised in Fullerton.
Fullerton?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you come from a soccer family, or?
Yeah, my dad, he played soccer. Not like at the highest level, but like he just played soccer. And then I got into it when I was around 6 years old in elementary school. Okay. That's where like my journey started.
Nice. And then were you like instantly put into like club soccer, or it was just kind of just?
No, I was playing like Sunday league for like the longest time. Didn't get into the club soccer till like 12 years old, probably.
Okay.
So.
And were you always a striker, or you played?
I started off as a striker.
Yeah, and you just stuck there?
Stuck there, yeah.
Okay. And then so at 12, you were at your first club. What was that?
It was Chivas Academy in Santa Ana.
I feel like
at that time it was called Monarcas, I think.
Were you with Byron?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Byron, I think that's what he said, he was there too. Oh, nice.
That's where I started, and just like, that's the only club I played with till like my high school year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I never played in like a big club or anything.
Uh-huh.
I'd play like guest play here and there, but besides that, no.
What level was that? Was like, what, I don't know if they did, was that like flight 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, what's the highest? Flight 1?
Flight 1.
Flight 1? I think we started like flight 3, and then went up to 2. And then I think that's where we, like the team separated.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so in high school you were without a club?
It was the same club, but it wasn't like flight 1 anymore. It was just playing like tournaments. And like,
oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so then in high school, when did the team like separate? Like freshman year, or like?
Yeah, I think it was like after freshman year. They didn't want to play anymore. They wanted to focus more on high school and like college and stuff like that. So.
Why did you stick with that club that entire time? Why didn't you did you look for other clubs, or you just didn't?
No, it was more because they're just helping my parents with like financial part. Yeah, so like my parents weren't paying that much, so I just felt like it fit me and it fit them like mostly, because most of the time had to be like getting rides from like either teammates or the coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like more convenient.
Yeah.
And then, but like when the team like kind of was separating, did you look to find another club, or did you just didn't think to?
I just guest play here and there.
Yeah.
Like other clubs were like interested in stuff, but they weren't helping like the financial part, and like clubs were so expensive back then. My parents didn't want to like. They couldn't pay that much,
Right. Okay, so then you played at high school soccer, I assume?
Fullerton High School.
Fullerton High School?
My 4 years. I played 3 years of varsity and 1 year of JV.
Were you just focused on high school at that time, or was like, because when I was in high school, my main focus was club.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like, but like I didn't really care for high school very much. Was that the same for you, or were you like really?
No, I was like really into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean I didn't play outside of it that much, but I started off good JV I think freshman year.
Yeah.
And then we won that year. Well, actually we won all 4 years that I was there.
Oh, nice.
Back to back.
Yeah.
I was like guest playing like when the season was over. I guest played with Strikers a few times. Another team named Chelsea. There was another team, but yeah. And then I would go on trials. I went on trials with Nomads in San Diego. LAFC after my junior year, and then Chivas a few times.
Yeah. And then what was there like a common like response or different like reasons as to like why didn't you get to Nomads?
Nomads, it was my sophomore year. They wanted me, but I had to live over there since it was in San Diego.
Okay.
My parents didn't.
Yeah.
I was too young for them.
Yeah.
And then the one at Chivas, it was nice because they called me back every year since my junior year. So junior, senior, and then after my first year of college here at the Juco. They wanted me to play, but there was like contract problems because they only take Mexican players.
Right.
But I didn't have my Mexican passport. It was like the American Mexican.
Right.
Yeah, and I didn't have that. I started off with preseason. No, actually, I went on a trial for like 2 weeks.
But before that, how did you get that? Because you're talking about in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you get that?
There is this. It's called Alianza. I don't know. It's like a trial where they take like a bunch of Latinos and give them opportunities. It was in San Bernardino.
Oh, nice.
And then they bring like so much scouts, and like out of there, I got chosen by Chivas. Was one of them, and it was like the Barcelona Residency Academy in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I want to try out to both. At Barca, they just didn't take me in.
Yeah.
But then at Chivas, it started off good because I was like 17 probably at the time. And I came back, played another year of high school. They called me back again. I went back. They said I was doing much better. They liked how I was playing. At the second time I went back, they took me in, I think it was the U18s.
Okay.
I was just training with the team, like the actual team.
Yeah.
And I came back again, just played another year of Juco. I went back. They put me in the trial list for like 3 days. Then after that, I think it was a U19s this time. So I went with the U19s, practiced a few days. We scrimmaged the 23s, and then I had a goal that game. And the coach from the U23s liked me, so they brought me up that same week.
Yeah.
So then I was with them for like probably like a month, just preseason, like training preseason, and they tried to sign me like while I was over there. I didn't have
the passport.
Yeah, so it was like a big problem. They tried doing it like while I was out there, but it got declined after like 2-3 weeks of waiting. And then I had to come back. I had no other option. So I finished playing another year at the Juco.
And you still have is that still an option down the line, you think? Or did they kind of cut ties?
It was an option after my second year. They called me back, but at that point it was just like my choice and I just declined it.
Yeah. Do you now have that like Mexican citizenship or?
I still don't have it. Yeah.
Okay, both your parents are Mexican?
Yeah, it got declined because I think my mom said it was my birth certificate. There was a problem with it. And because the process is so long and you just gotta wait. They don't give you updates and then they just declined it. So.
Man, I still need to do mine too. Because I've spoken to people who have tried to get me to go and trial in Mexico.
Yeah.
And like the biggest thing is like there's no point in doing it if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Because most teams, if not all,
ask for it.
And it makes their process a lot easier to do that too. I know Chivas is more like just like really strict about wanting Mexican players, but I think when it comes to like the whole signing, it makes it so much easier. There's less money I think involved. Stuff, all the little political stuff. But okay, damn, I didn't know you had that. That's sick.
probably like the biggest
opportunity.
I had. Yeah.
And is your ultimate goal to play professionally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then why? Or before I get to that, then after high school you went Juco. So you went to Fullerton College.
Fullerton College.
So why Juco? Why not straight to a 4-year D1, D2? Like, why not that?
Well, honestly, I didn't know like the process of getting into a university or like a 4-year. My parents obviously didn't go to high school or college.
Yeah.
Like I had like basically no help. My high school coaches try to help here and there, but it was like really hard to
navigate it.
Yeah, because I didn't have a big background.
Yeah.
I didn't play in a big club. My high school years were like all I had, but
yeah. What about? Did grades have an influence at all? Like
no, I had good grades. Yeah.
Okay, so it was just more of like you went JUCO because the guidance to go to a 4-year wasn't there.
Yeah.
Did you go to JUCO with the mindset of wanting to go to a 4-year after, or what was the mindset going?
Yeah. So like once at the JUCO level, I started like learning more about the college levels, like D1, D2, and then that was my goal. Ultimate goal, trying to get D1.
Yeah.
My goal is to get pro, but like there's obviously steps
the next
to
step.
it. Yeah. D1 was the next step.
How long did you have that realization that you wanted to play professionally? Like, how old were you? What was it in high school, middle school? What was that?
Probably middle school.
Middle school?
Yeah,
just the love of the game. You were like, I want to do this professionally. So, but as you're going through high school, what was your thought on how you're gonna get there?
Just like going with it.
Yeah.
But like now I have more of a
clarity.
Clarity of what it's gonna take to get there and stuff.
Right. So yeah, I think that was like the biggest thing, and ultimately that's why like my brother and I started all of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like really saying this, but it's kind of like true. Where it's my brother's older than me.
Yeah.
I don't think you've met my brother, but he's older than me. He also played, but he dealt with injuries. He tore his ACL when he was 14.
Yeah.
And him being the older brother, us not coming from like a soccer family and not having like the proper guidance around us in terms of soccer, he kind of navigated it on his own. And with injuries, he didn't deal with them very well. High school, he didn't deal with very well. And he kind of stopped playing after high school and never went college route. But even like the club situation, he was in similar situation where our parents couldn't afford to pay for a club. So he didn't even bother trying to like get like, because they offer scholarships and stuff, but he didn't bother to even look into it because he didn't think it was a possibility. He just knew like, you have to pay, my parents can't pay, I'm not gonna do that. So me being the younger one, I kind of learned a lot from his experiences. And he was kind of like, without him really knowing, was guiding me. And he was like, guiding me. And I was kind of able to navigate a little bit differently, where in high school, I knew like I wanted to play. I wanted to play professionally, but I knew like the next step for me would probably be to go college. And I kind of like think of it like, how can I get there? And so like I've spoken about it on this like a lot, but like I was very strategical with how I got to where I'm at. So that's why like we started this, because we want to provide that guidance for those players who were like in your situation, where it's like you have the quality, you have the ability to play here, it's just you don't know how to get there. And then like, so I think that's a big factor in a lot of people's stories, where they're like, especially players who are probably taking the JUCO route, because if it's not like, okay, I just don't know how to get here, it's also like people are just like not doing the right steps of just like doing well in school to get to that level and stuff like that. So there's like different factors to it all. But it sounds like you were just like navigating on your own, kind of figuring it out year by year. And ultimately it paid off. I think you showed that you could play at this level now that you're here, but you just have to take that little sidestep to JUCO. what was your like experience in JUCO? Like just run us through the first year, then second year.
Well, my first year, I came in. I was new. Like, no one from my high school went there, so I was the only one. It was like a new team, new environment. Obviously, on a new team, they don't trust you as much with the ball. You have to get like confidence in the team and stuff. So I didn't have like that great of a first year. Had like 13 goals, 4 assists, I think.
Starter or rotating player?
No, I came off as a starter, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like bench here and there, but
Yeah.
it was a great experience. Obviously, it was it was like a different level than high school.
Yeah.
So like, I did like it. I felt like I was progressing in what I wanted to do. And I mean, I think I had a pretty decent first year. Not the best. I thought I could have done more.
Right.
But I did get MVP that year.
Oh, nice.
So it was actually amazing because it was the first MVP in the school's history for soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's crazy.
yeah, I was like proud of myself. My parents didn't know much of it. They thought like the JUCO level was like D1, D2 because they don't know much of it. So like they were like really happy and stuff.
But still, regardless, it's just if they did know, I think that's like that's so cool, bro. Like, especially as like the first player to get it in that school.
Yeah.
Like I know homies who went to that school, but they're older, so I don't know if you know. Like, you probably don't. You know, like Chapin. His name is like Gerardo Leon Camberos. No, you probably don't. And like Brian Alvarez and stuff like that. No. Like I had some homies who went to Fullerton College, and they were good players too. So, I know that like it's a good level, and it's still like and then to get MVP there, it's like that you've had to have done something good. So
no, and then like coming back, I knew like for my second year, I knew like how the structure was, so I just knew like what I had to work on.
Yeah.
And I worked on a lot. I feel like going to Mexico and like knowing that I can compete over there and coming back to the JUCO level, it just gave me that boost of confidence.
Yeah.
So starting in spring, we played a few like Division II schools, Cal State LA, Cal Poly Pomona, and like a few other like well-known D2 schools.
Yeah.
And we didn't win any games against them, but like we gave them good competition. I scored like goals against them, so it was like just a good experience. So
you knew, like, it gives you like that confidence that okay, I can play this level.
Yeah, like as a player, like I just think of it like even though they're at the higher level, we're both humans at the end of the day. We both love the sport, so we're both gonna go at it. And after that comes the fall season. Start off good. First game, 2 goals. And then I just keep going back to back, 2 goals each game for like probably like 3 games, 4 games straight. And then I start going 1 goal, 2 goals like that. I never had a hat trick for like the longest time. Yeah, but that was a great experience. Second year.
Did you go a game without scoring?
I think I went 1 game.
One game with the entire season without scoring?
I think so.
How devastating was that game for you?
It was actually very devastating. That game we won 5-0, 6-0, and I was like, I didn't score, so I was like, damn.
That's crazy. I think even like, cause I'm a striker myself. Yeah. So if just like generally not scoring in a game, like that feels like that's just your number one job. Yeah. You gotta score. You know. So when you don't score, it's like it's such a terrible feeling, even if you won the game. I know. But then now, like having like you like scoring back to back to back to back and then not scoring, I feel like it just at that point it's probably laughable, especially since it was like 6-0.
I know, it was crazy, but
it didn't. I don't think it affected much. Like, what did you get? You got like how many goals that season?
28.
28 goals.
28, yeah.
And how many games?
I think it was like 21.
Yeah, dude, that's good, dude. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then, so that was your sophomore year. Last year,
that was my sophomore year. Yeah.
Okay.
We were first in state for like the longest time, and it's just like we won back-to-back league again. I got MVP again, and then of the league, and then went into state. We were like favorites. We got out first round in penalties.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
typical.
I mean, I had a lot of D1 offers. So
oh yeah.
Yeah, thank God. that was like my main goal. So like just like what's it called? Just like knowing I had like options to go after Juco was like great.
That's
so
nice.
I chose UCI, and then
What made you? I mean, we don't have to talk about the schools that you didn't that you didn't go to, but what made you want to go to UCI?
I mean, I went on a campus tour. I went on a few games, and I just liked the environment. But I think like what stood out to me was the coaching, because like when I went on the campus visit, they were training and stuff.
Yeah.
So just like the weight room, like the practices, it seemed like the coach was like very like intense with the players, and just like you can tell he knew more than other coaches, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's what I liked. I wanted to grow as a player, and I just felt like UCI would be the best option for me.
Yeah. That's honestly the same when I took my it was like an unofficial visit to UCI. It was like the same thing. Like you went to, watched him coach, and then watched them in the weight room and stuff like that. And it was just like this is a place where you're going to get better. And I think like at least when I was in high school, like a biggest like stereotype of college is that it's just kickball. You know, you kick the ball long, and then you're just big athletic guys running after the ball. Yeah. And when I saw UCI, I mean, you see there's like not that. It's shorter players. Yeah. The big guys are just the defenders. Like everybody else are shorter players, like technical players, and Yossi is very tactical and like detail oriented, wants to possess the ball, you know, stuff like that. So I think that was like for players who want to like develop and play after college. Yeah. I think that's like an obvious attraction at UCI. So it makes sense as to why you wanted to go there. At Fullerton, was it very possession based, or was it more like?
No, it was more kickball. Our first year was more like tactical, like playing out and stuff. But I feel like our second year, it was working so much, so we were just like kind of like long ball more. But
what do you favor more?
Playing out the back, but like in those situations where you can clip the ball over, I like playing like that.
Yeah. Finishing up as Juco, did you like? So you said you still had the option to go back to Chivas and trial, or go to, let's say, UCI.
Yeah.
So what made you not go on trial, and what made you just to stick to going to college?
Well, my parents, they gave me the option. They didn't want me to leave school though, so it was kind of hard. Yeah. Like to do online here and like play over there, especially going into a 4-year, because I already had done my 2 years here. Yeah. And then I was gonna have to be like not paying for school, but like I don't know how it works after like you get the Promise program, so it's like 2 years free, and then I think you have to like start paying for your stuff. So I just didn't want to like do school here on and then be playing over there online. So it was just gonna be like something.
It was a little complicated.
Yeah, and my parents were like, they didn't want me to leave school because they didn't finish school. So that's like their main goal with like me and my siblings. So I just ended up choosing UCI. Yeah, and I'm doing school there and I'm playing soccer. So it's working out.
Right. And I think it's still a good choice. Yeah. I think people listening, I think the obvious like critique is like would be like, oh, if you want to play pro, why didn't you go to a pro route and like try out with the pro team? But because one of my homies, he's been on here before, and he did the JUCO route as well. He went to Golden West? No. What's it called?
Golden West.
He has a Golden West? Yeah, he went there. The reason why he went there, like he had D1 offers going in high school, but he took the JUCO route because of his grades. Kind of messed him up. Yeah. So he had to go the JUCO route, and I don't know what the timeline is, but at some point he had a Chivas trial as well. Yeah. And he went on trial there, and they were like interested and stuff like that. But I think ultimately his whole thing was like, I don't even remember like specifically, but I think it had something to do with school as well. And there's like more factors to it than what people think. Like people just think that like, oh, like, you didn't go there because they didn't really actually want you, or that's not real, like you didn't actually have that opportunity or whatever. But I think there's a lot more to it. Like you just said, you don't even have your Mexican passport still, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's still like such a process to even make that work. But I think, do you still have that option now? Like if you finish the next 2 years UCI?
I'm not sure about Chivas. I would still, but I feel like there's other clubs there that I could go out and try on because even then, like right before joining UCI, there was this club, Mazatlán FC. Yeah. So also in the first division, but it was for
they're like under
23s. Yeah. With them, I could have gone, but I mean at that point I already had said no to Chivas, so why go out to a smaller team? I'd say.
Right.
Somewhat. So I just like decided to stay. But I mean, I want to go pro, and I wish it could be like more of my choice instead of my parents saying like, oh, school this, because I feel like they think like school is gonna, how do I say it?
Provide security, like
it's like somewhat
safer route.
But like I feel like you can always go back to school.
Yeah.
There's always like a time you can do it. So I just feel like if they understood that, I feel like I could be making my own choices and stuff.
So a lot of the choices that you're making right now, you feel like you owe it to your parents to like.
Yeah, somewhat, because I mean they obviously came here to the U.S. to like provide a better life for us, and I feel like they look at my sister. My sister's 21 right now, and she's still in school. She's doing nursing. So I feel like, oh, your sister's still in school. Your sister's doing this, you know. So like, they also want me to get my degree and like have a job after soccer, just in case it doesn't work out. That's what they think.
Right.
But obviously my ultimate goal is going pro. So I just hope like I can finish these 2 years or like even 1 year, and like if I do good, obviously I can jump to the next step.
Ultimately, my kind of view on things is if you're supposed to be there, then you should be there. Meaning like if you're supposed to be playing pro right now, you should be at the pro level right now. If that's not the case, then you take the route that you're currently at. So if you're currently playing D1 soccer, it's because you're supposed to be playing D1 soccer. And that could be if you, like, same thing. You didn't go D1 after high school because you're supposed to go Juco first. Like that was just kind of your journey. That was what meant to be. Right. So if the next 2 years you have to take that, do the 2 years at UCI, make the most out of it, and just like you did at Juco, you made the most out of it. You've got your name out there, and now you had that jump to UCI, or you even had other options to go and play other D1s. Now you're a D1. Do this. If you do a similar type of thing you just did, now you have options after. Hopefully, you know. Just soccer is tricky. I think the college system's a little tricky. It's just the first pro contract. I mean, and I'm speaking from experience. I'm like, I've been going on trials. I just got done at UCI, so like, it's tricky. The first pro contract is the toughest one. Especially if you didn't have like an outstanding college career. But you see players coming out of UCI. We have some guys coming out of UCI signing pro right after. Guys getting drafted, you know. So it's definitely not a bad route to take. My advice to you is not to rush the process. Is just to like stick with it and trust that it'll work out. But no, dude, I think so now that you've been there for how many months, weeks at UCI?
Probably like a month now.
A month now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been training for a month there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you're in that environment, how does it feel? I know in spring or winter, spring, it's a little bit different because not everyone's there yet. You still got guys that are gonna come in the summer for the fall. How is it now? Like, how do you feel being there? How does it differentiate from Juco? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's obviously a whole different level. I just feel like it's obviously the same concepts, but it's like with better players. So it's the game's faster. Obviously, each coach is different. Each coach wants different play style out of you. So just adapting was different in soccer. just to the different level.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never played on a high level team where they touch the ball and like demand so much from you.
Right.
So I'm still getting used to that. It's not like I know I can play at this level, so it's not that much that I have to adapt to. It's just the new concepts that I haven't learned at other teams and stuff. But besides that, it's been going pretty good. It's also my first time living away from my parents because I'm staying out here.
Yeah.
So just also getting used to living alone, like cooking now, and just like being a grown up.
Yeah. No, it's no, for sure. There's you're living a different lifestyle now, and like I feel like you said, the demands at this level. I mean, I don't know very much about the Juco, but I would imagine that the demands are a little bit higher here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like it's gonna take a little bit to get used to. But from my experience there, with time, you do get used to it. You do start feeling like yourself a little bit more. And I think the faster you can do that, the more success you'll have in season. Because I think in season this is the thing at UCI. There's like new concepts all the time. It feels like there's like, but not really. I mean, it's like similar concept, but then kind of like it's a different focus. And the last thing you want to do is overthink when you're playing. And I think that's a little bit of a common theme at UCI is that you overthink. So if you can get rid of that, don't overthink. You just know that you're that as a striker there. You're gonna be playing striker there. You just gotta score goals, like you know how to do, and you just keep that in your mind, and everything else will just kind of fall into play. But yeah, expect intensity from the players, expect intensity from the coaches throughout your time there, because that's ultimately just how it's ran, which is good. Again, like you're gonna develop a lot there for sure, and it's gonna. I think at UCI, more so than a lot of other D1s, they set you up to try to be, like, as a player, to be good enough to play that next level. I think there's some programs where the coach's focus is just to win that season, and like it's not necessarily to develop the players for that next level. I think here's it's a good mix. Of course, you want to win, but the emphasis is to develop players as well. So I think you're in a good spot for sure. And do you feel a little bit of a pressure knowing that like you came out of Juco with so many goals, you're coming here at a program that's known for not scoring very many goals? I don't know why, but this is just reality. Is there that pressure? Do you feel it a little bit or not so much?
I mean, right now I don't feel pressured.
Right.
I'm obviously just going with it. I mean, I've had great years like with goals and stuff, so I just feel like if I keep doing my thing, obviously getting adapted to like the play style and just like, I mean, my thing's to score goals, so if I know how to score goals and just get comfortable with the team, how they play and stuff, I feel like I can do my thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know about like the thing where a lot of players don't score goals, but like, coming into the spring here at UCI, they did tell me it was like, I think it was Sam.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you're talking to like one of the top goal scorers here.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God. But that guy is like, he wants to claim himself as top goal scorers. He wants to claim himself as the fastest guy on the team, the strongest guy on the team. This guy, man. Sam, if you're watching.
And I was like, yeah, how much goals do you guys have? And then he's like, 2 goals. I was like, what? That's crazy. And then I was like, how much does the other guy have? Which was Agaton. And he was like 3 goals. I was like, what? I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's a weird thing. We do really well defensively, but just offensively, it's just. And like I told you off the podcast, it's just the quality is there. It's just I don't know what. I don't know what it is, but it is a little bit of a common theme. So there is that expectation, or at least that hope that with players like you coming in, that it'll change. But yeah, I mean, not to put pressure on you, but
Yeah,
that's just the reality of it.
I mean, when I was talking to Yossi at 1st, he's like, yeah, that's like what we need. We need goals.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was straight up. He's like, we usually don't recruit from JUCOs. We usually recruit from like either like academies or like out of state, transfers and stuff. And it was like shocking to me because I mean, obviously my coach is from JUCO saying like, oh, this is a good option to go D1, like all this and that. We had a great year, obviously, at JUCO. I was the only transfer. So far I'm the only transfer from there.
Oh, really?
Like to anywhere, honestly.
Oh, what?
Out of my whole team, which sucks, but I feel like I feel like their time will come because they still got spring. So in spring they play like Division 2 schools, Division 1 schools. I feel like that's where they get to.
Right, they have that. Like, to expose themselves a little bit more.
But I mean, I was blessed enough to have the opportunity, like, to transfer like right away.
You did what you needed to do to get that exposure, to get that that interest from these teams. Like, you obviously did something right in order for a coach who doesn't recruit from JUCO, for him to now recruit from JUCO, you know? Yeah. So I think that says a lot about your performance past season. But yeah, I mean, I think just in generally as a striker, there is that expectation that to be a goal scorer. And again, that's like your number one job. And I think that's like, I think it's just, it's just funny because now it's like, it's like a little bit more of a desperate need, it feels like. Especially because this year, the expectations for the team after having done like pretty well last season is to do even better now. So, and the back line is pretty much the same on the team.
We had our first game yesterday. And
how'd you feel about that? I was there. What'd you think about, you guys played against OCSC, USL championship team. What do you think about that?
I mean, it was a great competition. I mean, obviously our first game as a team, I don't know if they played like this year before.
They played against LMU before.
Oh, they did?
They beat LMU 2-1.
Oh, 2-1. I mean, actually I did. I saw the score. I didn't see the game though.
Yeah.
But the day before our game, our team was like, I mean, they beat LMU. They had lost to LMU, I think.
Yeah.
So they thought we were gonna get like we're gonna lose.
I think that's like the kind of expectation when you're going into. I mean, you're playing against a pro team.
Yeah, I know.
You're expecting to like get dominated, and that's kind of what everyone kind of expects a little bit. But you guys didn't. You guys won 1-0. How did you feel in the game, like personally?
I came off the bench. When I came off, it was already 1-0, so we were up. But I mean, I was really excited to make my debut with the team. My parents came. Actually just my mom because my dad was working.
Okay.
But my sisters came, a few of my cousins, and like my friends and coach from my JUCO. So I mean, I was excited. Honestly, I was more excited just to play.
Right.
And obviously, I wish I had a goal, but like it didn't go that way. But I felt like I had a good performance. The coach told me after the game, Yossi, he said I had a good performance. Obviously, there's stuff we got to work on, but I mean, my first game, I felt good.
Yeah. No, I think the team like looked good considering the opponents. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, no one takes this the wrong way. They look. You guys. I feel like you guys made them look bad. Like they you expect more from them, I guess.
From a professional team.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys, I think you guys held your own. You guys did really well. But yeah, and I think you did, like for that being your first game with the team, just being there for a month, I think you did well. But it's good that you have that like, that it's like a little bit of a downer that you didn't score. Like you feel that, and that's good. I think if you keep that, I think like it'll drive you to want to score more goals, and I think it'll come. Okay, so now that you're there, well, first, what are you studying?
Sociology.
Sociology?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you most, like, looking forward to? What are you most nervous about? You know, like, what?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to having a great season this year, hopefully. I feel like the MLS route is probably like the biggest thing out of
wanting like get
yeah,
drafted
like the drafted. Yeah, the draft. That's probably like my main goal. Hopefully get drafted. But obviously, hopefully I have a great year first.
Yeah.
Like obviously that would come if I have a great year.
Right.
So just trying to earn my spot there, trying to keep my level of play like high and stuff.
Right.
Score goals, obviously. But like, I don't know. I'm still like, how do I say it? Just like, still trying to find what I want. So like either like after 1 year, hopefully, because obviously,
right. Yeah.
time's ticking and stuff.
But I would just say take it season. Like just focus on the season. If you think too far ahead, you're gonna get too caught up in it.
Yeah, that's why. Just looking forward to have a great season, and then the rest will come.
What about like school-wise? Because now you're Fullerton, I imagine, very small campus.
Yeah.
Now you're going to UCI with a big campus. You know, university lifestyle. Like, are you like, what are you looking for? Like, are you looking forward to that? Like, you looking forward to like the classes? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care about school. No, I'm not like a really big school guy, but I always like, I don't really care about school, but it's always just like thinking of my parents and stuff. I always keep my grades high. Always, like out of Juco, I had a 4.0.
Nice.
Out of my 2 years, overall. So, I mean, I just try to keep my grades up. Just also for soccer, because you have bad grades, you can't play. But mostly because of my parents, they're always on top of like, oh, school's this, school's that. For them, school's big, obviously, because they didn't go.
So you don't care about the campus? Like going on the campus life, like exploring and walking?
I mean,
like
I've gone to the classes and stuff, but it's different, but I haven't really explored the school.
Yeah.
Like I've never
Honestly,
been
it gets
to
boring.
the cafeteria and stuff. I mean, you just see so much people walking around. Just, like compared to Juco, it's a different environment.
What about like just living now? Well, not on your own. You're living with some of the guys on the team, but like, do you like is that nerve-wracking, or is that like you've adapted now to?
I mean, at first, yeah, because I didn't know them. It was weird. It wasn't weird. It was just like they don't know me. They don't talk to me as much. But I mean, we're pretty comfortable now. We all talk. Yeah. So.
And what's in terms of scheduling, like the training schedules and stuff? How different is it at UCI than it is at Fullerton?
I mean, at Fullerton, we'd be there for like 7:30 to like 12:30.
Oh, wow.
It was like weight room, and then breakfast, and then like film, and then train.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was actually like pretty good schedule for like a JUCO level. I know other JUCOs didn't do as much as we would do over there, but now here we start at 9. We have to be there in the locker rooms at 9. Start at 9:30, and then we're out like at 12, probably 12:30.
He changed that. It used to be sooner.
Yeah, it used to be at 7 or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't like that some players were coming in like sleepy.
Yeah.
He wanted them to sleep in a little.
Yeah, and then I mean, we get out at 12:30. I go home, shower, because I have class at 2. Yeah. 2 to 3, and then 3:30 to 5. So I'm kind of there like
all day.
Right after. And then I mean, it's good because then I just go home and I just don't have much to do. Yeah. So that just like takes my day.
Yeah. No, honestly it's a fun routine to get into. But I think the schooling, the classes and stuff like that gets boring. But it's like I was speaking to Matthias on the episode before this. Like it's the setup at the D1 level is like a professional setup. Yeah. Like, and Yossi even says this a lot, and now I'm like, I now experience it now now that I'm not there. So it's very true. Like players are trying to rush out of college to play professionally. Of course, if you have the opportunity to, that's like ultimately what you want to do, then you do it. But enjoy the time there because the setup is as professional as it's gonna get than majority of these like lower league teams.
Yeah.
Like the setup we have at UCI is better than the setup we have at OCSC. Like that they have at OCSC, because OCSC is just like you have a locker room that's not at your locker room. Yeah. It's owned by the city, the Irvine, the stadium's owned by the city, and like there's all that stuff, and then they train. They don't have like their own weight room that's right next to their training field. Like, but out UCI, it's like the best grass you can possibly train on.
That's really nice.
Your own locker room. Even though our locker room isn't like the best, but it's you have your own locker room. The weight room is like class. You have a training room, and it's like, dude, as professional as you get.
It's very nice. I mean, that's what stood out to me when I went on the
tour.
On the tour, just the grass was like very nice.
Oh, dude, it's perfect.
I mean, I remember talking to you when me and my it was me and my teammate, the two coaches.
Yeah.
Like you came up to us. You were like the first one to like start talking to us about the campus and stuff.
Master yapping.
And then, I mean, just the weight room. Obviously, everything's being like tracked on the iPads and stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's
like
it's legit.
It's very like, professional. Yeah,
it's legit. And so I would say, dude, just enjoy it. Like truly enjoy it, because that's as perfect. Like I unless you go to like one of these MLS clubs, but like the majority of college players, the next step after where you're after the D1 level is not going to be as in terms of facility and stuff, it's going to be a step down. Maybe the level of play and stuff is not, but facility and everything is probably be a step down, because it's okay. So just so we can wrap it up a little bit, I want to like give you an opportunity to give some advice to any Juco players listening, or high school players thinking that if they go Juco, they can go D1 or whatever it is. Like, any advice for those players?
Obviously, just make the best out of it. Just
I know that's on the spot a little.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, just like trust yourself. Confidence is probably the biggest thing in soccer for me, at least. I had that confidence going in, just knowing I can play at the level, and then just train hard. Obviously, hard work pays off. I feel like. I feel like just believe and confidence is like the biggest thing, because if you believe you can play at the next level and you have confidence throughout the whole season, doing good, playing good, that's what got me there. Yeah. Obviously, having 2 great seasons, I had like D1 offers, so I just feel like that's the biggest thing for me. Belief and confidence. But out of high school, I mean, I thought I could go straight D1, D2 out of high school, and I had like no offers for that. I just had just Juco offers, obviously. But no, I just kept growing as a player, just keep training harder, just belief and confidence in yourself is
I think that's
the
perfect.
biggest thing.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And then I think just to piggyback off that and just add a little bit, is trusting the process. If like we already spoke about, if you have to go Juco, if that's the route you have to take it. And then, like you're saying, have that belief and confidence that you can push yourself to the next level from there. That's perfect.
I trust a lot in God. I go to church. I do all that. So I feel like you said, that's he sets a path for you, and that's like, this was my path, and I'm here now. So I like just believe in him and just trust in whatever he has for you is gonna come one day.
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. All right, bro. Wait, really quick before we go, what would you describe yourself as a player?
Fast player. I'm not really a skillful player. Like, I feel like I'm just like, I just make those good runs and behind runs. I like I don't know, Santiago Jimenez. I like how he plays, kind of similar style, I think, because try to like make those in behind runs. You're not as skillful as other players, but you know the game, so you just try to like be there at the right time, I'd say.
Right.
So
I would I would agree with that, and then I would also from watching you play, I would say you're like an aggressive type of player. Like you're not afraid to go like 50-50 with like these big center backs. You like running behind aggressively.
I mean, yeah, and like that's probably gonna be the biggest difference because at Juco they're tall, but they weren't like like
Matthias.
Big. Yeah, Matthias and what's his name?
Nolan, Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
Those guys.
Yeah, those guys are strong. They're tall and strong, so it's like I feel like just like training with them, like you just get used to like how hard they play and like just going to play against like other, you'll be like used to it. And so
no, for sure. I think those guys are like good people to practice on. They're because they get bigger too. Like they're bigger guys in college.
Like my second week there, and like we started doing like small sided first and stuff. They're just like grabbing and pushing me and like
especially Josh, man. Oh my gosh,
Josh and Nolan. They're like. I like it because you'll get used to it. You'll adapt to it's more physical, more aggressive, obviously. So
it requires you to just kind of like it's just a different aspect to the game that you need to adapt to. So it's gonna be a lot of that in the game. And like in D1, it's very aggressive, bigger guys that you're going up against. But I think though if you keep that mindset of I'm not gonna shy away from it, I think it'll benefit you a lot because I do see you already naturally like an aggressive fast player who like you're not only aggressive when it comes to like 50-50 and stuff, but you're also aggressive on how you attack. Like you said, you want to get in behind, you want to and you attack the goal aggressively, and I think that's like maybe something that that'll give a little bit of a change to UCI system a little bit. It's not so much defeat and trying to play out of everything. It's like let's get someone behind. So it'll be good. I'm excited to see how your season goes. What's your next? What game do you guys have next?
We have UCLA the 26th in 2 weeks.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
at UCLA.
Almost likely. Oh, at UCLA?
Yeah.
Nah,
far drive. Yeah.
I don't know if I care about that about it too much, but I'll try to make it. If I can, I'll make it. But definitely watching you guys this season. That's gonna be an exciting one. I'll probably be at the locker room as well since I'm gonna be local. So, dude, perfect. Do you have anything else to say? Anything to plug? What's your Instagram?
I don't even know it. Off my mind.
Well, usually that's on you. It'll be in the description or whatever. Anything else?
No, just thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro, of course.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Again, hopefully we can have you on after the season, and then we'll go from there, kind of get a recap on how the season went and stuff. Thanks for watching. You can follow us on Instagram at withoutadoubt_athletics, and Misa doesn't know his Instagram, so don't follow him.